Can I please first get something out of the way that I feel like overshadowed our performance for absolutely no reason, and quite frankly, actually can't bear sitting here.
Katya's been on the Strictly sofa hot seat before, but this time she looked, via her body language, determined to give it her best shot in terms of quashing all the recent speculation and rumours. She led this denial performance firmly and emphatically. She actually interrupted the normal interview about their points-winning performance on Saturday to address the problem head-on with a lot of drama. Her pale-lipped facial expression and tone made it look at the start as though she was close to tears. She sounded close to tears as well. In fact, her eyes looked as though possibly she'd already been crying. Her fingers were spiked with emotional content, and her head continuously shook from side to side in a gesture that would be associated with both denial and almost disbelief. She performed a double point to Wynne, who she called this man, sitting beside her. It was a thumb point and a finger point. And then she held on to his arm. They were sitting very close. In fact, before the interview kicked off, Wynne turned round and put an arm round her shoulders. They smiled at one another. They used the eye contact that they hadn't been using in their video before. Katya then began to raise both hands in the air to make her speech even more emphatic, crossing her hands in a huge industrial strength denial gesture. She did that more than once. She also performed a double-handed precision pinch gesture in case anyone hadn't got the message about how precise and emphatic she was being in denying all of these rumours and speculation. Wynne watched her closely as she spoke, with an anxious and at times slightly vulnerable facial expression. He looked rather sad. As Katya described what they did as a bad joke, she then looked at him to possibly take over the conversation. With Wynne, we saw a steepled thumb gesture. Now, steepling can often be a sign of rebooting status, but it did look, and it wasn't quite on screen, as though he was possibly fiddling anxiously or picking with his fingers at the same time. Katya then proved how close they are by clinging to his arm like a limpet and gazing at him a lot. And he patted her hand in an endorsement gesture after her speech. And then it was all about moving on to talk about their next routine. And Katya obviously wanted to show us how hilariously well they get on and how much they share that sense of humour, because every time Wynne spoke, she was throwing her head back, mouth open in uproarious laughter. So we got to see the sort of two sides, the rather more emotional side where she explained things, but then we really are great friends and we have a lot of fun body language. She held on to his arm. She was shouting about fun, fun, fun. So that was very much either a warning or a decision, and certainly an emphatic decision about how they were going to put themselves into their performance for next week.